Hello, everybody out there. Okay, so to start off the Love Mom series, I wanted to try to make peanut butter fudge or show you how to make peanut butter fudge. This is the way I make peanut butter fudge. It's a very short and easy recipe. There are a lot of recipes out there that are much, much more difficult, but I tend to go with recipes that have about 3 or 4 ingredients and take about 15, 20 minutes. Shortcuts of life. You will probably see a lot of videos in this series that have to do with candy, making cookies, fudge, peanut butter balls, stuff like that. And I just wanted to point out that around the holiday season, there's a lot of benefits to making candy. One of the best things is if you're on a tight budget, which who isn't, especially nowadays, they make really good Christmas presents. You can get Christmas tins up at Walmart. They've got all kinds of different sayings and stuff on them. Some aren't necessarily Christmassy, but you know, they can have snowmen and stuff like that on there. They have tins and then they have boxes. They sell them, I think, like 2 or 3 for $1, something like that. I looked, and of course I don't have any, but I did have a box, like just a box. It's got a snowman on it. Anyway, you can buy an empty box or tin, something like that, and get wax paper or that really thin crepe tissue paper kind of stuff, and put it in there in layers, and then put candy in between. And it makes perfect Christmas presents because, for one, who doesn't love candy? Everybody loves candy. For another, it makes everything smell good. It makes your house smell good if you're cooking candy, or cookies, or anything. And what's a good thing to do if you're planning on doing that is making different kinds. Like this fudge recipe that I've got, you can make different kinds of fudge just depending on what kind of chips you put in there. My favorite kind of fudge is peanut butter fudge, so that's what I'm going to make. But you can use the same recipe and put in chocolate chips, butterscotch chips. I did that one time. It was actually pretty decent. It was way different, but it was good. You can get white chocolate chips. That's probably another one of my favorites. Seemed like the only thing I remember about when I've tried it with that is that the fudge didn't get as hard as other types of fudge. And the peanut butter fudge, it doesn't get really, really hard, but to me, it's a pretty solid consistency. I will show it to you at the end. Now, a slight disclaimer for this video. This is actually my second attempt at doing this. I have discovered in doing these videos that it is quite difficult to video and cook at the same time. So just keep that in mind. This video, I will probably just kind of show you snapshots here and there. So maybe hopefully it won't burn. Really the first video I done, it could have been used in a blooper reel or something like that. But anyway, just goes to show you, if you try to do something and it kind of messes up, you just try it again. You just keep going until you get it right, or get what you can live with. So that's what I'm gonna do. So let's go start round 2. Okay, so first of all, these are the ingredients, the only 4 ingredients. And really, this Pam cooking spray is just something that I like to use. You don't have to have it. What I use the Pam cooking spray for is to put a butter coating in this pan, which is eventually where I'll pour the fudge. It just makes it a lot easier to get up. If you don't have cooking spray, you can put down butter, some kind of oil. I don't use like regular oil just because you want fudge to be all buttery and stuff. Peanut butter chips. I always get Reese's because, you know, you can't beat Reese's. Sweetened condensed milk. I use Eagle brand. I have used some of the generic kinds before, and it works pretty much just as well. And then get you some little bit of vanilla. I have this size of a pan that I'm going to put the condensed milk in. Now, so I don't burn it, I'm going to stop this and then restart on a different video. Okay, so what I've done is I emptied the can of condensed milk in this saucepan, and I've poured in about a teaspoonful of vanilla. Now, I have to admit that I don't measure things when I cook, which is probably not the best advice. If you're just starting out cooking, you need to go ahead and measure. But I guess I feel like I'm to the point where I can guess what a teaspoon is. So anyway, I've put in a teaspoon of vanilla and just stir it up. Now, the big thing about fudge is that once you start stirring, you don't stop. Now, I'm going to turn it on to about there. See how that does. Okay, so I've got the stove on, and I'm just going to stir. Now, you see how thick it is? As it warms up, it will get thinner, and it will get more and more clear. And I'm just going to sit here and stir it, or stand here and stir it until that starts happening. It will take it a little while, but I'm going to cook it at that low temperature to ensure that the bottom doesn't burn. So I will come back in a minute. Okay, it's been cooking just a few minutes, maybe 5 minutes. I just wanted to show you that I'm still stirring, and it's starting to get a little thinner. It's maybe changed color a little bit, but not really. The only thing that I've done that you can't really see is I took the Pam spray and I sprayed a thin layer in this pan. That's it. So I'm still stirring. Now, if you're not constantly stirring, or if you let the heat get too hot, while you're stirring, you'll start noticing little dark spots. That means that the bottom is burning. Now, you can hurry up and pull the whole pan off the burner and get it cooled down a little bit. Or if you've really burnt the bottom of the pan, you just toss it out and start over. Because if fudge gets scorched, it has a certain kind of scorched taste to it, and you just can't get rid of that stuff. So I'm going to sit here and stir more. Okay, I'm still stirring. I did forget to tell you one thing. You need to have a glass, a clear glass, preferably, with cold water in it. Because I'm going to show you how you can tell if it's done or ready. This is not done. Not quite yet. You dip your spoon in enough to where it's just dripping off, and you drip one little drip in the water. Okay, do you see how it just splattered out? That means it's not hot enough. Now, some people have candy thermometers. That's how you're supposed to do this. This is your cheap way on how to tell if fudge is ready, or any kind of candy really, without a candy thermometer. When it gets ready and you drop it in there, it will form a little soft ball. That's how you know it's ready. Okay, it's still not ready. It's been about another 5 minutes, maybe. I'm still stirring. I wanted to show you I was going to try to see the softball stage again. It's not really a tiny ball, but it's not as scattered out as what it was the first time we dropped it in. So I'm going to keep stirring. Okay, I'm thinking it's about ready to put the chips in. I cleaned the water because I wanted you to see it. So I'm going to drop. Okay, see how it's kind of a definite little ball? So I'm going to put the chips in. Chips in the bowl, and I'm going to stir. Still stirring. Okay, so this is how it ended up looking in the pan. And I'm just going to push it on out until I get it more smooth. Okay, so this is the finished product in the pan. It's fairly smooth. Usually I could have gotten it a little bit smoother, but I think I did pretty good for videoing it. So that was fun. At least I got through this batch without burning it, so that's always good. Now, I am not a professional chef, guaranteed, but that is the way that I make peanut butter fudge. And like I said, you can make about any kind of fudge like that if you use chocolate chips, butterscotch chips, white chocolate chips. And they do, if you make different candies or if you just make fudge, they do make good Christmas presents, especially if you're in a bind, because they're fairly cheap, and nothing says I care more than opening up a big Christmas tin or box or whatever filled with something that somebody made with love with their very own hands. And remember, if you burn it, just start over. Just start over, because you'll never get that taste out. You just won't. But the same thing goes with, with about anything in life. If you mess up really bad, it's okay to start over. Nobody will ever fault you for that. And maybe that's what this year is trying to teach us, 2020. Maybe 2020 is trying to teach us that some things we just need to start over. Or keep pushing through and keep trying. So, okay, that was your peanut butter fudge video. Let's see what the next video is. Happy holidays. Love you guys.